Okay, well, I got the carpet patched around there. Doesn't that look good? I got the cover plate on there. I'm glad I picked the Navajo white cover plate and the electrical outlet. You can hardly see it, huh? Like back here, look at that. Almost blends right in to the carpet. Granted, it's going to be underneath all this stuff, but I thought I might as well do a good job with it, and it turned out looking mighty fine. So I'm getting ready now to put this all back together, but before I do that, I'm going to clean up really good. I'm going to vacuum using that little vacuum a little bit, and then I'm going to use the big vacuum in here, vacuum this all up, and I'm going to save. I'm not going to throw this little piece of carpet away. I'm going to save it. Okay, I don't know about the carpet pad. I don't think I'm ever going to need that, but it wouldn't hurt. I could save that too, right? In case I need to patch some carpet somewhere, or just the carpet strands somewhere, I can peel them off of this and it zips right out, and I can use that. Okay, so think about it first before you start throwing stuff away. Okay, I'm ready to put this back together. And you know, before I actually slide this one in, because remember that metal is going to slide over that, but I think it's going to be fine because it's pretty much flush to the carpet, because I sunk the box. I pushed the box down just a hair to get it almost flush, but just for kicks, I'll put some masking tape over that. And I can pull it off after I get done. And that's gonna help protect this as I slide this thing over. It's not that heavy, but you know, a little bit. So I'll put some extra over here. You know why? Because I can, that's why. Okay, there. That is pretty much flush right over that. I'm liking that. Okay. Now I can slide everything back into position. And I'm just gonna, easy as I go, do it. Because see on this side, remember there's screws that are stuck out. And this one, I have to go in from the back, you know, have it back here and pull it forward. This one, I can't do that. I have to, once I get it to about here, I got to lift up from the front, pull it over, and swivel it up, and then get it in that notch and drop it down in that notch. See? And then the next one fits the same way, and the next one, and the next one. There's a rhyme and a reason to all this, and I can do it myself. These aren't that heavy. Here, I'll show you as I'm tilted this up. See, it's not. So I've got to pull it in, and I got to lift it up. Ooh, what happened? Oh, that's the electric. The heck did I just? It must have. I hope I didn't just. Oh, okay. I didn't break it. I was hoping I didn't break it or something, because this is the electrified one. I'll have to be careful with that when I pull it in and lift it up and then pull it over and then drop it down. Okay. Whew. Thought I just broke this silly thing. Okay. I thought they would be heavier. I thought I was going to need Momi to come down here and help me, but you know, when the guys came here and installed this, they brought it all down, and then it took two of them, and it went pretty easy. And so that's how you put this thing together. You can't. Most sectionals, a lot of sectionals anyways, kind of fit like this, or a slightly different way. The one upstairs, you have to kind of lift it up, and like on this side, both of them are up. So you lift it up, slide it over, drop it down. Lift this one up, slide it over, drop it down. But this one, you have to pull it in, lift up, pull it over, and drop it down. So see that bar, this big metal plate, is going to slide right over the electrical outlet. But you can see where it's going to end, right there. Boom. You have just enough room to fit that electrical outlet in there. And then it's not going to show when this thing, when it swivels up, remember? This is still going to be about there. The electrical outlet is still going to be beyond, just barely. You can see where this one is. See about that far. And when that's like that, it should cover the electrical outlet. So I'm glad I put the electrical receptacle on that side of the floor joist and not over here. It still would have fit under there without it open, but then every time I would recline it, you'd see the plug. Or in fact, the cords would be hitting that and all that kind of stuff. And then as you come back, this would have to flop up over the cords, over the power strip and all that kind of good stuff, see? So I'm glad I put it right there. And when I get all done, I even remember I had some zip ties. I had some zip ties, different sizes or different lengths. And once I get it in there, I'll fish the zip tie underneath that bar. You see this bar here. That's gonna be kind of tricky. That's gonna be kind of tricky, but I think I might be able to do it. We'll see. And I might be able to fish it in there, lift it up, fish it in there so that when I have my cords along there, I can kind of zip tie it to that bar so they don't get loose and start flopping around and have an issue later on. Okay, you always got to be thinking about your project. And speaking of thinking, before I start putting these four back in, I'm gonna work on this over here, putting those in, because see, I got to get this cord in, and I think I've got to fish it underneath this, so I might have to lift that up and kind of redirect it, and I'll get the tip of it sticking out of there before I mess with this one. Okay. Hey, there's always a sequence you got to do. So think about your job first, then do it. Oh yeah. I got this all reconnected, and I've got all the wires down here, and I wanted to show you that, how I did that. Let's get you under here. Look at that. See, I've got the plugs right there, and I loop-de-loo the cord because I wanted to keep it low, and that helps it keep low. And I ran some zip ties. I got zip ties behind this bracket down on the floor, and I had to tilt the this sectional unit up and get the zip ties through there. And then I put that there, and I actually zip tied this so it's not going to move around. See how nice I've got everything? Everything plugged in there and pushed around. And I zip tied that right there to keep everything under there. Nice. So when I turn the power back on, that should work out just fine. And you remember, right now, I don't know if this is on or off, but right now there's no power to this electrical outlet. The reason why is because I still have to hook up this over here. I still have the breaker turned off, and the power goes down underneath the floor. I took that box out, put a cut-in box in, drilled a hole with a flexi bit down through there. I use this that long bit is called a flexi bit with an end on. If you haven't seen all those videos, you got to watch those. Drilled that down there, poked this wire down underneath the floor, put another box down there, and I've got the cord. Actually, this is not the one that goes over to there. There's another junction box down lower where I'm going to put an electrical outlet, and from there it goes over there. So I still have to hook that up, and I'm going to do that tomorrow. It's already dark outside. Look at that. It's all dark out there. And I'll keep that breaker off. I'll make this box up tomorrow. And you've got to watch that. I'll show you how to take all those wires and hook it back up to this electrical outlet, even though there's only 2 whites and 2 blacks on the back side of here. When I strip this, I'm going to have 3 grounds, 3 blacks, and 3 whites. How am I going to do that? Well, I'll show you that on another video. Okay, and then I'll make videos of all the stuff that I'm doing down underneath the floor, and I'll hook all that up so it'll all make sense to you when I get all done. But for the time being, see, I got this all done. I've got to re-vacuum this. I've had my helper. She's been helping me out. She's checking things out. Yeah, you're helping me, aren't you? Yeah, she's very inquisitive. And I'll vacuum all this stuff up out of here. That way Mommy will think that this is all nicely cleaned up. She can have her room back, and I'll just have all my tools and stuff set up for here, because I'm still working underneath the house and I'm still working here. But when I get that done, I'll have that all cleaned up. I assured her, yes, when I get all done, it's going to look like I was never here. And that's the goal every time I do a project, and hopefully that's yours too. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.